Welcome back, church. I'm Ricky Farley with 70 times 7 Ministry, and today is July 24th, 2021, and we're in the book of Nahum, and we're in chapter 3. This is the last chapter. We're going to go through this week and next week, and in chapter 3, we read about the judgment of the Assyrian Empire, or Nineveh, and when we look at this, we can also see the coming judgment of the world and how God is going to restore the world as He does restore Israel here. Woe to the bloody city! It is full of lies and robbery. It is a victim. Its victim never departs. The noise of a whip and the noise of a rattling wheels, of galloping horses, of clattering chariots. Horsemen charge bright swords, are glittering spears. There is a multitude of slain, a great number of bodies, countless corpses. They stumble over the corpses because of the multitude of harlots and seductive harlots, the ministry of sorcery, who sell the nations through harlotry and the families through her sorceries. And this was what they were practicing in Nineveh, was sorcery and all sorts of debauchery. And this is why God is going to restore Israel from this pain inflicted upon it. And we see that right here in chapter 5. Behold, I am against you, saith the Lord of hosts. I will lift up your skirts over your face, and I will show the nations of your nakedness and the kingdoms of your shame. In this verse here, we see that in other places where we read about you're lifting your skirt over your head. Also in Jeremiah and Isaiah, and it is showing or revealing their shame and its judgment coming upon Nineveh here in this example. I will cast abominations, filth upon you, make you vile, and make you a spectacle. It shall come to pass to all you who look upon you will flee from you and say, Nineveh is laid to waste. Who will bemoan her? Who shall I seek to comfort for you? And you better than know Ammon, and that's the ancient city of Thebes, or some refer it to Alexandria, that was situated by the river and that had the waters around her, whose ramparts was the sea, whose walls was the sea. Ethiopia and Egypt were her strength, and it was boundless, put into Laban where her helpers. Yet she was carried away. She went into captivity. Her young children also were dashed to pieces. At the head of every street, they cast lots for her horrible men, and her great men were bound in chains. You shall be drunk, you will be hidden. You also seek refuge from the enemy. And your strongholds are fig trees, which ripen figs. If they are shaken, they shall fall into the mouths of the eaters. And we'll stop there and we'll pick up the end of chapter 3 next week. And our memory verse today is Genesis 11:1. and it is, and though, and the whole earth was of one language and of one speech. And we know this is talking about the Tower of Babel, and they built this tower, and some say that was to get closer to God, and some say it was to um, avoid the waters of the floods of God. But in either attempt, it shows the ability of man to attempt to uh, do things under his own power. And we know that the people were scattered, and the languages were, for lack of a better term, jumbled. But through this, God was showing his might, his power, and that he was in control. I look forward to joining you next week. And if you like what you heard here today, please share it with a friend.